Do you know that there's a whole array of different dog anxieties? Some dogs, they can even be scared of just walking on floors. In today's video, I'm bringing over my neighbor's dogs, Angus and Murdoch. They're two big, super friendly black labs. But Angus, he is scared of walking on our hardwood floors. I'm going to show you what to do if your dog has a similar anxiety, and most importantly, leave you with some specific remedies, including some that could be really beneficial for our dogs that have these unusual fears. And even most importantly, specific supplements that are really helpful for just general dog anxiety. Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book. Let's go find today's stars of the show. We have a couple black labs, our neighbors, Angus and Murdoch. I will open the boot room door where they're hanging out. I suspect Murdoch, who has no fears, is going to run right through. Murdoch, where are you? You are. And here is Angus, who is not super sure about this hardwood floor. Angus, you don't want to come in here, do you? No. Angus has got serious fear of this. He's worried about falling. Like, So let's break this down, get into Angus's mind, and figure out what you can do for your own dog. You've got the same problem. Angus wants to come in, but he's just not so sure about this place. What do you think, Angus? As you can see, Angus is he's not crazy about these floors. He's like, he'll walk, but you know what? He'd almost rather just sit down. Like, then he doesn't have to walk. So before we start talking about what are the solutions, like what's going on, you have to think about the floor from his point of view and from so many other dogs' point of view that are scared of these floors. To him, this floor, it's this slippery, unsure surface, much the same thing if you and I are trying to walk on a road that's covered in ice. To him, like as soon as he's a little bit nervous, his claws come out, his nails come out, and he's slipping and sliding. You don't have any stability. Hence, it's not uncommon. In fact, it's a fairly common dog anxiety to be scared of things like linoleum, tile, hardwood floors. He just doesn't feel stable. Perhaps when he was younger, as a puppy, he had a negative experience. Maybe he got onto something slippery and he slipped. You heard his smells. Some dogs feel as if they're walking on a treadmill, as if the floor is just moving underneath them. And there's like only one solution. Stop this thing from moving. Hence, Angus's plan, he just sits down. He's sort of half in the boot room where it's not as slippery, half on the hardwood floor where it is. He's like, I'm just going to hang out here. If you have a dog that has something similar, what should you do? Angus, what can we do for you? Some of the hardcore trainers like Cesar Milan, he had an episode where a dog had a similar problem, and his answer, just like, bring him onto the hardwood floors. You're going to rush right onto it. You're just going to deal with it. Turns out there actually is some psychological term for that called flooding. Sometimes it worked. Most of the time it's not successful. But if you chose to flood your dog with that negative adverse experience, for instance, if we decide, like, Angus, I'm just going to rush you in. You're going to run through this house, all the hardwood floors. You know what? He is going to be more scared. Probably going to make the anxiety worse. Step number 1 is feeding in the slippery area. We want to give Angus some food where in part of his body feels comfortable. He's hanging partly inside the boot room. The other part of his body, it's on this slippery floor here. We're going to give him some food. So if he can associate, okay, I'm okay, I can eat here. Maybe I have kind of a warm, positive feeling with this slippery floor. Let's try that out and see if it works. Okay, Angus, you're going to get some kibble, but you just have to walk onto the hardwood floor. Look at you standing on that. Oh, is he not a brave, big black lab? Look what a good boy. Step number 1. We're feeding Angus on the scary, slippery floor, and he's okay with it. Look at that. Good boy. Okay, Angus, there you go. Next, get your dog something less slippery to walk on. This happens to be a yoga mat. He is so much more secure on this than he is on the hardwood floor. We're just trying to make it, one, him feel comfortable where he's surrounded by this scary thing that he's scared of, the hardwood floors. And then number two, encourage him to take more of a risk but get rewarded for it. Good boy, Angus. Look at you coming out of that boot room. Oh, what a brave lab you are. So as you can see, just this here, the yoga mat works great. He feels nice and secure on it. His claws can be out and he feels safe. Doesn't feel like he's on a treadmill. Step 3, you're going to make a trail of treats off of his safe, secure surface onto that hardwood floor. Just encouraging him to go a little bit further to build more confidence. Good boy, these are for you. And that puts a little more of a trail. Angus, no, not Tula. Angus, come on. No, Tula's eating the treats. No, Tula, go. Okay, good boy, Angus. Look at him. Good boy. Look at you with 2 of your front legs standing up on top of that hardwood floor. Good boy. Will you come over here? Oh, what a brave doggy you are. Good boy. Look at Murdoch hanging out there. Other big point I want to add here for any form of dog training is you are being kind, patient, understanding. You're not going to flood your dog, like just throw him onto the hardwood. Just go for it. And or you don't want to coddle him. You don't want to be like, it's okay, Angus. You never have to be on the hardwood. You can spend your entire life on the yoga mat and never leave the house. You want to find that balance. You want to be like understanding, kind, gentle, but also, you know, somewhat trying to push him. You're trying to be a good dog parent. Step number 4, encourage slow movement. We don't want Angus rushing in where he's all excited, his heart rate's up. He's like, I don't know where I want to go. Then he's much more likely to slip and have a negative experience. We're trying to make this positive. So here I have a yummy liver treat. And you see that? Angus chose to step all the way off the yoga mat. Oh, he's almost on the level of a step going into the living room. And we're going to make this really positive. Yes, good boy. He's slow, not excited. Well, starting to be because he likes liver. But the point here, you're doing it when he's very calm, relaxed. He's not far less likely to go ahead and slip, have a bad experience. Each time, especially when he makes a positive step, you're going to reward him. Food is his reward. He loves food. Yes, what a good boy. Oh, Angus, look at you. Ensure that your dog's nails are well trimmed and they're short. Angus's have been recently trimmed. They actually are really short. They don't need to be trimmed. But when a dog gets scared, they're going to put all their nails out. And if they're long and pokey, they're going to be that much more unstable. You want to make sure the nails are short. Consider something like Dr. Busby's toe grips. These are these little like plasticky / rubber grips that go over top of the nails. And they really help many of these dogs that have this type of floor anxiety. And I'll put a link in the description box if that's something that interests you. So Angus has gone from not coming out of the boot room to the yoga mat, to the treat. You're fully on the hardwood floors. Now, Angus, I'm wondering, will you come down the steps if I have a little treat? What a good boy. You can have this yummy liver treat if you come here. Good boy, Angus. Good boy. Yes, you can. Come here. This is for you. Come here. You just watch where you're stepping. Good boy. Do you want to come here? Good boy, Angus. Okay, you're not ready for that yet. That's okay. Angus isn't ready to do the steps. That's totally okay. But I'm going to make sure you're getting rewarded for coming all the way up that yoga mat. And that's the point of taking it slow, giving him these positive reinforcements as he finds out and sees like, oh, maybe it's not that scary. It's like you walking on the ice when you first learn how to skate and bad things won't happen. What a good boy. Oh, you're getting a lot of treats today. And lastly, I want to mention some supplements you should be considering. Number 1, CBD, cannabidiol. I've been using it a lot for Tula's anxiety. 1 drop or 3 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight twice daily. Then I give it about 30 to 60 minutes prior to doing stuff that makes you anxious. She becomes a lot calmer. She really responds well to this one. Dr. Jones's Ultimate CBD for dogs and cats. Number 2, the amino acid found in green tea, L-theanine. It's got a pile of studies, a lot of research showing that it can be really helpful for our dogs that have anxiety, i.e. this floor anxiety or any type of dog anxiety, separation anxiety, etc. The potent point here though is it's something that needs to be given long term. You don't just give it one time and see result. We're looking at dog doses of 50 to 100 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily. Something you need to give for a minimum 4 weeks before you can assess whether it's being helpful or not. Short acting, fast acting, anti-anxiety herb. The tincture of valerian root. Dog doses of a half a ml of the tincture per 20 pounds of body weight, 2 to 3 times a day. For instance, this is something that's great for short-term use. You know, you're going to visit a neighbor, they've got a hardwood floor like we do. You have a dog called Angus who's coming over, he doesn't like it. You give him a dose of the valerian and find it works pretty quick. Number 4, this is the sleep hormone, melatonin. Melatonin is very effective on most of our dogs. Generally, yes, we think about it for sleep, but also plays a big role in the hair growth cycle. It can play a role as a really potent antioxidant, it can be beneficial for many of our dogs that have cancer. It can do a really good job of helping our dogs with many of their anxieties. We're looking at dog doses of 1 milligram per 10 pounds of body weight to a maximum of 6 milligrams per dog, twice daily at most. Then last but not least, I wanted to talk to you about a new-ish supplement. This supplement, it includes L-theanine, it includes valerian, it includes chamomile, passion flower, even melatonin. This here, it's our new dog calming supplement, Dr. Jones's Complete Canine Calming Juice. I've been using these a ton for Tula. I'm finding they're working really, really well, especially because we're combining all those ingredients. Just the fact that we have really high levels of L-theanine, so it's safe to give to your dog long term. And if you do that, you're likely going to see a decrease in anxiety. Typical dose, 1 chew per 30 pounds of body weight daily. You know, Angus and Murdoch, they get 2 to 3 chews a day. So if you happen to have a dog with anxiety, in particular a dog who is scared of hardwood floors, I encourage you to go through those behavioral training steps. I encourage you to try some of those supplements. Really think long and hard about our new supplement, Dr. Jones's Complete Canine Calming Juice. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, number 1, you can get a link to buy my new Canine Calming Juice, and number 2, you can get a copy of my free book. So I really need to thank Angus for being the star of the show. Thank you, Angus. You're such a good boy. He is a great YouTube star. Oh, good boy. You have a future in YouTube, that's for sure. To a dog like Angus, a slippery floor, you know, as that would be Murdoch getting into something. 1 second.